yourself. Who are you?
I'm just an average person, and just like everybody else, who wants to have purpose in their life, who wants to have meaning in their life, who wants to achieve as much as I can while I'm alive, to make a difference in the life of as many people as I can with the gifts that God gave me and the interests and the passions that I have, and to somehow, in a little way, leave a mark on the world that makes a difference. While I'm here and when I move on to the next dimension of life.
Okay, so you are today an entrepreneur, also a teacher, a brain researcher, and the goal for you is to help people to grow.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had a lot of my own challenges. I didn't have confidence in myself. I didn't believe in myself. I had some big challenges, with the law and getting into trouble in school and getting into trouble outside of school. And I was really fortunate. When I was 19 years old, I met a wonderful gentleman who was very successful with his family. He was very successful giving to charities. He was very healthy. He was very gentle and kind. And he really wanted to do good in the world, not just for himself, but to make the world a better place. And he started to teach me that the reason I was getting into trouble, the reason I wasn't getting great results, was what I believed about myself. And he taught me the power of my beliefs. He taught me the power of, what I do every single day matters. He taught me the power of the intelligence in the universe, that I could utilize my brain like a radio sends a signal out into the universe. He said, you could send a signal out using the power of your thoughts. He says, but you're also capable of receiving information, just like the great inventors, whether it was Albert Einstein, whether it was Edison, Michelangelo, any of the great inventors. They had these ideas that came to them, and they were just normal human beings, but they took advantage of the messages that they were getting in their hearts and their intuition.
Wow.
And so he taught me some of the power of the brain, and by using what I learned that I could achieve a lot more than I ever thought was possible when I was younger. And so now I want to take what I've learned for 33 years and teach it to other people to make the path for them a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And how did you meet him?
He was actually a client of my brother. My brother's a tennis pro, and he used to play the professional, pro circuit. And when he came back from playing the pro circuit when he was in his, early 30s, he got a job at a tennis club, and this man was one of his clients at the tennis club.
Wow.
And my brother said, hey, listen, you're getting in a lot of trouble, and maybe if you talk to this man, he can help you. And so I went to meet with this man, and he asked me, why do you think you're getting in trouble? And I said, I don't know. He says, but you're getting in trouble. I said, I know.
You were conscious about your trouble?
Yeah, I was getting into a lot of trouble. And I was doing some very dangerous things that I could have either died or gone to jail for. And when he started to share with me, to teach me that my entire reality was based on what I believed was real, and what I believed was true about myself, about what's possible, and that I could change that, that's when my life started to change. And he said, if you start to change the way you think, and you start to learn every day for 1 hour to upgrade your knowledge and your skills, and then you take action every day on the things that are the most important instead of all the different things that you can do. He says, if you focus on doing 3 to 5 things every day towards your goals, he says, in 1 year, you'll be at a totally different destination. 3 years,
amazing.
Big distinction. 5, 10 years, your life won't be the same. And I was tired of living a mediocre to less than mediocre life. And so I said, listen, you seem to have a good plan and a good path. You're making millions of dollars. You're giving a lot of money to charity. You're happy. You're healthy. You've got a great family. I want that. And he said, if you want that, follow the blueprint. Don't try to figure it out. Just follow the blueprint. And that was another lesson that he shared with me, is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
Like if you want to fly right now, you don't have to figure out how to fly. There's already a blueprint for how to generate or create an airplane.
Yeah.
So if you want to be healthy, There's already a blueprint. If you want to make more money, there's already a blueprint. If you want to buy real estate or the stock market or start a business and grow a business, there's people before us that have already got the blueprint. And all you have to do is paint the numbers inside the box, and then you can use your creativity. So I just became a very good follower for a long time of things that worked. And when you follow things that work, it's like having the combination to a safe. If somebody gives you the combination to a safe and they tell you turn this way a little bit, 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 then open it, you can have access to it. But most people don't look for the combination, and then even when they get the combination, they try it in the wrong order. And so I learned at a very young age, thank God, to at least follow the initial plans. Then if you want to get creative, then you could add your creativity, your genius to that as well.
It's great, I love that.
Yeah.
And you say something very interesting. You say that you focus every day at least 1 hour on the main things, the important things for you. How do you know what is the main things? For example, a lot of people have a lot of ideas every day and they, I can go there, I can go there, I can do that, I can do that. How do I know what is important?
Sure. The first thing that you have to ask is, what are your highest values? So for me, for example, my number one highest value is God. My number two value is my health. My number three value is my family. My number four value is contribution to the lives of others. My number fifth value is fun. So every day when I wake up, I think about, what am I doing today to connect with God? For me.
Yes.
Just for me. It doesn't have to be, it's not religious, it's just for me. Then what do I need to do every day to make sure that I'm healthy? What I need to do every day to make sure that my family and my dear close friends who are part of my family, that I have the relationship that's rich. Then contribution. How do I use my passion, my gifts, my stories, my things I've not done well, things I have done well? How do I share that with the world? And in doing that, I feel good. And then I have to have fun. And so if I do those 5 things every day, then at the end of every day, I've had a great day. And if you have a lot of great days, then you end up with a really great life. And that doesn't mean that you don't have ups and downs and things that don't work and trouble that happens and things that come up. But if you keep your focus on what's important, then the rest of the stuff is really inconsequential. And there isn't 100 different things you have to do. There's 2 or 3 things in each one of the areas that's important to you, that when you do those every day, you're so far ahead of the curve. So I have daily rituals.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What is your ritual?
So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I do a gratitude exercise where I ask myself, usually in bed, what am I most grateful for today? And usually, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful, for my family. I'm grateful to have experiences. And
do you do that eyes closed?
Yeah, I do that eyes closed. And while I think about that, I feel it. And so the feeling starts every day with a great feeling. So I start every day with a great feeling.
Do you visualize some things, like your children, or do you talk to yourself? How do you do that?
Yeah, I have an internal dialogue. I see images of the things that I'm thinking about, and that just takes me 2 minutes, just 2 minutes when I wake up. And then I go to exercise to take care of my body.
How long?
Usually 1 hour to 1 hour and 15 minutes every day. And so I do a variety of different things. I hike, I bike, I work on aerobics, I work on strength, I work with weights. I do whatever it is, I just do it to give my body the physical exercise. Then as soon as I finish my exercise in my gym.
1 hour and half.
An hour and 15 minutes at the most. Okay. So then in my gym, I have 2 things. I have a vision board, which is my dream board for my
You are known for that.
Yes. So I have my vision board for my physique and my body and my health. But then I also have in my gym something called an achieved board.
Okay,
so
what
after
you achieved?
I achieved some of the things that I achieved.
Past and future.
No, achieved in the past.
Yes, so past, you have
Yes.
the past and the future, vision
Correct.
board and
Yeah.
achieved board.
So I have in my gym, in my home gym, I have a like a place where I sit, and before I start my meditation, I look at my vision board from the past.
Okay.
So I get connected to the different things that I've been able to achieve, and I remember every day when I set my mind and my focus to achieving goals, I can achieve all of my goals. So
I love that. It is something that I didn't know that you do that.
Yeah.
And it's very powerful because you teach your brain to
Right.
to focus on the emotion you felt in the past.
Right, but what I also do is I reinforce. Most people focus on what's not working. This isn't going well. This didn't work. I want to remind myself every day
Yeah.
of look how many things I was able to accomplish by being clear, by being passionate, by using these rituals. So before I go into my meditation, which is with my eyes closed, I look at my achieved board. I get emotionally associated with it to remind myself that when I set my mind to achieve something, I can do it. And then I look across, because I have a mirror in the gym, and I look across and I say, I love you just the way you are. And I said, I accept you just the way you are, with all of your skills and passion and faults and insecurities and doubts and fears. I accept you just the way you are.
Wow. It's
And
very
I
powerful.
smile, and then I close my eyes, and I do about a 15-minute meditation.
Wow.
And in my meditation, sometimes I have no thoughts, where I'm just one with the universe and everything.
Centered.
Other times, I'll just follow my thoughts, and I'll just pay attention, be mindful of where are they going this morning? Where are they going today? So I'll follow my thoughts, and I'll just follow them. Other times, I'll follow a thought and say, release that one. And follow another thought and say, release that one. So I am teaching my brain that I'm in control of my brain. See, most people don't realize that they are not their brain, that their brain is an organ. No different than your heart, no different than your legs, no different than your hand. And since we're not our brains, we can learn how to use the different parts of our brain. And so I've been doing many, many years of studying on the brain. And if you don't understand the different parts of your brain, that's like having a sports car in your driveway, but you don't know how to turn it on, or you don't know how to change the gears, or you don't know how to put on the radio, or you don't know how to turn the heat on.
Yes,
or
you have a powerful machine, but you don't use
a
it.
powerful machine, but you don't use it. And most people, not because they're dumb, it's because most people have never been taught how powerful their brains are, and for a simple reason that we haven't really known how powerful it is. We've had ideas, we've thought about it, but for the first time in the history of our species, hundreds of thousands of years on the planet, we're finally, in the last 10, 12 years, able to look a little bit inside the brain. And there's more circuitry in your brain than there is in all the telephones connected in the whole world. There's more circuitry in your brain than there are stars. And so when you start to go, wow, there's some real power within me, and if I learn how to use it a little bit better, maybe I could be happier, healthier, wealthier, have more purpose, have more meaning in my life. And when you ask yourself, like, what do most people want? Well, I want to know that my life mattered. I want to know that I'm loved, or at least liked. I want to know that my life has got some kind of purpose, or I don't have a real great existence. And so when you start to realize that you have so many gifts on top of the challenges that we all have, everybody has problems. Everybody has things they're insecure about. They don't have confidence around. They don't have certainty. But that's everybody. So the key is to understand